Alrighty, what is going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to the channel for another market update. Hope everybody's having a lovely day. And with that being said, let's get into the TA. All right, so the first thing I am going to point out is that we have extremely low volume here on SPY. We haven't had this low volume in quite some time since over here. All right, and what happened on that day, you ask? Which right here, it was on Monday, August 14th. You had an update here by, 0.5% there, and then you started a rug pull. All right, and you went decently lower. From that close, you did end up falling $15 over the following 5 trading sessions. That is pretty significant. Am I saying that's about to happen? I am not saying that's about to happen. We're going to go over some stuff in this video, but I do think that is eventually coming. Do I think you have a $15 move down? Maybe. All right, you do have the 200 MA that's going to align somewhere over here by 425, 426 by that time. And then you also have a gap to fill down there. And then what happens down there as well? You can backtest this trend line. You don't know what this is, all right? This is your downtrend that you did end up breaking out from with this powerful gap up here. You have not backtested where you broke out from. And you also would be backtesting right here with where you broke out from. And then you also will have the 20 daily moving average that would be backtested on this move down as well. And would this not just be very nice? All right. I'm just going to let anybody new here to the channel know I am bullish on this pullback. I think you're going to see what I am pointing out here. Either that or you're going to pull back, just fill this gap. Maybe you fall a little lower here. Maybe, 428. I don't know. And then they don't give people a buying opportunity there because everybody could see what I'm saying. All right. Everyone wants to short the market, just making the market go up. But then you also have like everyone wanting to buy the market. So like, let me just show you what I'm talking about right now. So you still do have a decently high put to call ratio. That just means, all right, if it's at 1.03, all right, guys, like, a slightly over half is puts. And that means, it is in the dealers, the market makers' incentives to squeeze those puts. And then if there is a lot of FOMO buying, that just means we're going to continue getting days like this where, you get, some sort of move just like that. All right. Where you just, continue just going up all day. All right. Limit up. You just, well, it's not limit up though, but you get what I mean. All right. It just keeps going up. And that's because, you probably have a lot of FOMO buying. And then, the shorts we just spoke about and, we could see right here that are in the market in the form of puts are just literally getting slowly, squoze out there. And then people are capitulating. And then you get this slow, but steady movement to the upside here, right? So, I'm just pointing out that is happening. And when you do get a dip, maybe people are going to say, oh, I told you so. The market's crashing. And I'm going to step in. I'm going to say, no, we were looking for this dip. Maybe we were a little early over here looking for the dip. But we're still looking for the dip to come exactly out of right here. All right. 441, I believe it is. Nope, 440 to 449. That is your golden pocket. That is where I think price is probably going to stall out here for SPY. As you see, we've tapped the 0.618 retracement here, the bottom of the golden pocket. We are immediately stalling out. All right, QQQ, you're at the 0.786 from this move all the way up here. So SPYs, you're lagging behind QQ here. Tech is leading the charge. Guess what? You also had a pretty sexy breakout over here. And let's just say we come back here, maybe fill this first gap. Maybe you go on the second one. All right. But, guys, we could, do a bit of back testing here. That's all I'm saying. That is what I'm looking for. But I would be bullish on that pullback. You guys have seen what I've been seeing. And then I'm also going to flash this picture right here. Listen, I know a lot of people are going to be sharing this exact chart. But these guys, before the pullback, we were looking for a pullback from right here. And it was going to just literally form our cup, or the handle to the massive cup we formed. And now you have formed that. I know a lot of people are probably going to be sharing this image, but guess what? We were here like long before this. All right. We were here literally on these weeks right here. We were looking to stall out into this right here. All right. That little area right there. Okay. Because once you got over here, you had nothing in between there and there. So that was the call, if I remember correctly. And guess what? That's exactly where you stalled out. And now you formed a massive bull flag on the weekly time frame. And now you have broken out as of, last week. And I do think you get that pullback, but I think it's likely to be an up. I'm just putting that one out there. I think it's extremely likely. All right. But yeah, over here in QQ, you're at the top of this 0.786 fib. Since we already breached it the other day, I'm just going to go ahead and say it's like, 9.5 out of 10 chance. All right. 9.5 out of 10 odds that we are going to do something like this. All right. And come right up here to the 100% retracement, which would be the high of 387.98. I do think 387.98 will be hit. That's my bullish call. Don't call me a perma bull. I'm just using info that I've used in the past in this similar manner. And, it's seemed to have worked out every other time. So we're going to use it this time. Just like over here on SPY. Let's just look at this. All right, guys, I was bullish on this pullback, but guess what? You broke the 0.786 fib. I knew we were probably going to come all the way down here to the 100% retracement. And guess what? You did. You had a little bounce there, and then you went even lower, right? So if you breach the 0.786 fib, that's just kind of my little rule of thumb. You're probably getting 100% retracement, all right? Bulls or whichever side is in control. In this case, it would be bulls over here on QQ, but in that case, it was bears. Whichever side, you're probably, going to see that side succeed here, all right? And I'm just going to remind everyone what we were talking about for a while there, all right? Even if you were, over here on this decline here, I drew it out on SPY. It looks a lot better on SPY over here. All right, Elliott wave people. You got one, you have two, you have three. So we were right here. And I didn't know where we were right here, whether this was a corrective sequence off of what happened over here, because this thing was just massive. I think it's very clear that you had, something like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's just impulsive. Well, any way you want to count this thing, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then massive 5. All right, so you don't know if this is just corrective and then you're going to do something over here, all right? But even if it's not corrective, you knew you were probably going to come down here and finish that fifth leg. Well, not knew it was probably going to happen. You knew it was going to happen. And guess what's down there? Golden pocket. All right, so we're right here and we're like, okay, downside is limited because it was starting at 410. So all the people who are calling for down here, I was saying, hey, this is where you're going to bottom out. I don't think you're going to be revisiting these lows or anything like that. Nothing crazy here. I think we're probably going to stall out somewhere over here and bounce back up. Well, little did I know. Well, I got the spot pretty, it wasn't too bad right here. We pretty much did a break and retest. Now, I think at the time I had this on my chart. It was looking something like that. And, you went decently over that. But, yeah, if you're just charging strictly on the weekly chart here, no, you did a classic break and retest right here in the golden pocket. Bulls stepped in. So, yeah, you had a 5-leg push lower there, okay? Like 3 impulsive waves down. But now, guess what we got going up? And I think it's pretty clear that that was impulsive, right? Is everyone with me on this? This was a quite impulsive move. Short squeeze or not, it doesn't matter what caused it. I think it was a rather bullish move, right? Well, you have 1. You're going to have 2. You know it's going to be eaten up because guess what? We just finished the 5-wave move lower. That's just how it works, right? Elliott wave people, get my back in the comments, maybe. Correct me if I'm wrong here, but isn't this how it works? We should at least be expecting a corrective sequence. And if it's going to be corrective, it's going to go like that. And then you're going to go something like this. Okay? Maybe it goes a little further and then it's like that. All right. So that's your scenario right there. And that's if this is just going to be corrective. But regardless, you're going to have 1. You're going to have an A. You're going to have a B. You're going to have a C. I think it's going to stall right here. Regardless, on wave 1 of this thing, you went straight to the golden pocket. So I do think it's very likely you're going to see a bunch of sellers step in anywhere between 440 here and 449 and push you back down to 430. What I'm going with is 425 to 430 is what I'm looking for on this pullback. I think it is going to occur. All right. So, that's just my call. But like I said, all right. I also had another call over here. QQ is going up here. All right. Not on one straight move. I don't think you're going to retrace the whole thing here in one go without a pullback. That's $45. You've already done 34 and 36 bucks. I think it's extremely reasonable that we get, let me just point this out. You had this was your move lower. We just had that move up. All right. But then you retraced it. Okay. You literally retraced it. And if I'm remembering correctly, you literally stalled out in the golden pocket. Oh, what happened there? Let's just delete that mess right there. Where did price end up stalling out? Right there at the top of the golden pocket. So this is why we're using this right now to our advantage. And right now, you're at the top of this one. All right, going from there to there. And if you think you're going to go there without any pullback and, you know, have 100% retracement, I think you're a little crazy. I do, but I like crazy. Okay, so it's okay that you're crazy. I'm a little crazy sometimes too. Don't you worry. But yeah, did you guys see the confluence that I'm talking about, guys? Like, it makes perfect sense that we're going to get that pullback. SPY is just entering its golden pocket. QQQ is already there. RSI is already back up here. I think, you know, we're probably going to get that pullback. All right, you know, let's actually see right now just for reference, because you can do some crazy stuff here. That's a $34 move, but this was already a $32 move. So yeah, no, never mind, because guess what came after that? You had this $12 pullback. So I think it's extremely reasonable, whether it happens $2 higher or not, like over here, you know, maybe it does go $2 higher. So maybe we'll say $4 higher, 444, all right? Where's a $12 pullback over there? Then we're looking at this gap fill right here, 430.92. All right, 425 to 430. That is what I'm looking for on this pullback. All right, guys. See, you know, big wave down, retracement. And people were like, oh, the bulls. I was one of those people. I was rejoicing. I was like, I told you guys. And then guess what? It, you know, if you got bullish on the dip up here, there you go. Guess what? You're going to get this, except over here. It's going to happen. You know I'm not the only one saying it. A lot of people are probably calling for it, and that's why you get the put the call ratio going like that over there. All right, but now let's check out our boy Mr. VIX right over here. You do have a double bottom going on over on the 4-hour time frame that did also come with a 4-hour bullish divergence going down there. I like the 4-hour bearish and bullish divergences. They typically tell you, you know, something big is about to go down. You see going from there to there. What did that cause? All right, well, from this point where you finish that divergence right there, something like we got over there on the downside, all right, that produced a 20% sell-off on Mr. VIX, all right? So what if we get a 20% run in Mr. VIX? You're going to end up spiking a few bucks over here. If that happens, I guarantee you're going to have, you know, let's just go over what moves VIX. You have literally, you know, what moves it up? Buying puts, selling calls on SPX. What moves it down? Buying calls, selling puts. That's literally over here on Mr. SPX. That is where we will be. Yeah, I don't do a lot of charging on SPX. I do not. Eventually, we will, you know, I probably won't even trade SPX. It'll probably just be futures at one point. Because they seem a lot easier. No thetas involved. So, like, you know, there's that. But yeah, guys, I'm going to also start only buying. I want to buy 60 to 90 days out, because I'm really good at catching these directional moves. I'm just like always kind of early. All right. I'm always like right there because I start laddering into every position, every big swing position. But if I can eliminate the theta altogether, at least like, you know, most of it there, oh, I can, you know, now I don't care if you don't, you know, as long as I know I got a decent price and I will see my things get $5 to $10 in the money and I can see that intrinsic value go up in the end. Like, I'll plan for that. Like right now, that's how I'm planning with the December 1st content. I think I'm going to be, you know, I think you're chilling. I'm really liking that, you know, not a lot of thetas coming out. And, you know, guys, 60 to 90 days, that I think you'd literally not even think about the theta. And I'm excited that. So that's, I'm just, you know, letting you guys know that is how I'm going to be deciding to catch these moves, small or not. All right, if I know we're going to pull back up here, even if I knew we were going to pull back up here and you started it, which you definitely did, all right, right here, okay, over here on SPY, you know, right here, right when we got here, I knew you were going to start stalling out, and then you had this declining volume for a few days right here, and we got a big fat red bar, and I was like, oh, I was right, we're starting the pullback. And then no, you did not start the pullback, you busted up to a new high. All right, so that was that. But yeah, I'm just gonna let you guys know. All right, that was not the pullback, not even close to the pullback. That was, it just wasn't. All right, but you also over here on the 4-hour time frame, you have this bearish divergence going on here. On the hourly time frame, you have like I don't know, I think it's on QQQ. All right, right here, guys, you have an absolute massive just divergence going on here. But let me just show you something terrible looking. You have like 6 points of divergence here on ES's 4-hour RSI, which is just awful looking. Like, that's something to be noted. Let's just go over these real quick. All right, there's one big arrow there. 1 point. Okay. Now you have 2 points. Now you got 3. Now you got 4 points. Now you got 5 points of divergence. Oh, what did we do today? We made another high over here on ES. So now you have 6 points of divergence here. This 4-hour RSI, guys. This is exactly what like leads to, I don't care how long it takes, but like this is what leads to a bigger pullback or a sell-off. It's one or the other, but I think it's just going to be a pullback because of reasons I've discussed in this video. I also, just technically speaking, QQQ, you know, you push there. Every time I've seen that happen in the past, you don't really, you know, violate that. If you do it, you're going to pull back, but, you know, it gets eaten up and you end up surpassing that. Just like I showed you guys over here on SPY when you did it, and same on it over here on QQQ. All right, and it's like that pretty much every time. Right here, all right, let me just show you another thing. If you were bullish on this pullback, well, it went right when you got under here, right on that day, on the gap down, right at open, you know, you were probably gonna, you know, come revisit these lows down here. All right, well, right here, not all the way down there, but, you know, you guys get the picture I'm paying. Okay. But yeah, back to ES. 6 points of divergence over there on the 4-hour time frame. That is absolutely ridiculous. Let's just review the last time you had a bullish divergence, and it was not a 6 points of divergence. That's pretty clean looking, if you ask me. It also looks like an inverse head and shoulders right there. But yeah, no. I think you're topping right now. I think there's not a chance you're about to just skyrocket without a pullback. I just went over all of the stuff with you, okay? So that's what we're going over. That's what I am choosing to put into this video because, you know, guys, I'll get you guys prepared. Maybe sometimes we'll be early, but I promise, all right? My people will be on the right side. That's how it be. So don't, you know, if you're just not thinking like me, hey, don't even, you know, no need to leave any hate or anything because I'm just literally, you know, just going over my thoughts in the charts. I only have the best intentions. That I can promise. I promise. All right. But yeah, you had a bullish divergence right here. What happened? You had a little pop. All right. A little 2% pop. All right. Are we going to get a 2% drop? That would be kind of ideal. All right. I don't know, though. But yeah, over here, that led to your big one. So we could get a big pullback. I think it's going to be a small one, like the one I have outlined already. And why? Because on SPY, you have so many things of confluence here. Let me just show you real quick. All right, so moving average. Now we got 2. Let's go over and let's keep you blue. Oh, yeah. Henry Doodle Doo. Oh, yeah. There we go. Let's make this one orange, though. That rhyme? No, that didn't rhyme. All right. Right here, guys. Right here. It's been a long day. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I had to... Oh, I don't even want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. I swear, some people, you can keep explaining the same exact thing to them, and they'll just keep asking it. If you don't, like, forcibly just move on from that onto the next thing, they will continue asking you for, like, half a freaking hour. And you're like... you don't say it, but you're like, lady, what the heck are you not understanding here? I really can't make it any clearer. What are you not understanding? Crazy people. Okay, but right here, you have 20 daily moving average, 200 daily moving average, Mr. Blue over there. Break and retest right here. Break and retest right here. That's 4 points of convergence we got going on here. Or confluence, not convergence. What am I talking about? Oh, gap fill. I'll make that 5 points of confluence. You're also going to tap this gap. You want to see these gaps close, guys, because if they get left open, they're going to be filled at some point. All right, and if you want to get to all-time highs, I think we should probably fill these gaps. I think we need a healthy pullback here. It can just backtest here, but I think, you know, with where things are heading, I think you're heading down here. It's going to backtest this trend line right here. There you go. All right, I don't want to keep talking your ears off about this. All right, guys, I could show you things all, you know, all we want here, but I think it is pretty clear. If you see what I'm seeing on these charts, I think it's very obvious that we are about to see a rug pull at some point. I think it's going to be rather large, but then I think it's going to be bought. It could be violent, guys, but don't get scared. You know, do whatever you want. I think stop should be in place, but I will BTFD. Okay, heavy BTFD. We will do that. Okay, Tesla is actually looking pretty juicy as well. Like, this thing looks ready to go. All right, maybe it does pull back some, but this thing looks ready to go. A lot of these charts, guys. Let's actually just go over some of these individual tickers. Amazon still right at resistance. You still have this volume. You're just halting on this volume as you go. All right, it's not looking good. Microsoft, again, just volume. You don't have any volume spike. It's not exactly what we just saw on Amazon, but you know, not the best. But also, you just went straight from here to here. Absolutely no pullback. There was no pullback. You cannot count this day as a pullback. 43 smacking dollars. When have you last seen that? Right here. All right, you know what? We're not going to use Microsoft. Well, you got 48 bucks right here, and then, you know, you got a $10 sell, so that's not bad. Did we get that over here? No, you got a $4, not even a $4 pullback. During this whole time, you didn't even get a $4 pullback here to here. All right, so, you know, guys, things are looking toppy, in my personal opinion. At least before a pullback. Meta, you're right here back at resistance. All right, let's just use these 2 points where you stalled out previously. You're still right here. Get a close over here, we'll talk. But, well, I think this pullback gets eaten, so we don't even got to talk, all right? Like, I do think this pullback gets eaten, and we probably continue higher. All right, but like you got all of these kind of looking the same with the RSIs all the way up there. All right, declining volume on these moves. Got that going on. Tesla really doesn't look bad though. I think Tesla actually, while we're on the topic of Tesla, let's look at that. Let's look at that. Now what are we gonna do, ladies and gents? Boom. Everyone's favorite pattern, the inverse head and shoulders. Boom, boom, boom. All right, so yeah, guys, we've seen a lot of these end up playing out. You got a little guy going on right here that marked your bottom. Guess what? You broke above. I remember this. I got played by this. I entered on this day, scared out of my position, and then, you know, the next day you see that. Look at that, $14 move. Contracts would have went like 300-400%. No, did I experience it? No. Did I experience a minor loss that day? Yeah. That's why I don't trade Tesla a lot. Yeah, I don't really want to touch the beast. All right, guys, but I think this Tesla looks real good. I cannot deny that. You come over here in NVIDIA, absolutely wild move. All right, you do have a shooting star here on the day. You have 2 big days right here. All right, you have a lot of range on these 2 days, but why do we have declining volume then? Why was this whole move off of declining volume? Because you're probably going to get a rug pull on the move. AMD, you're back there at 70. What happened? It was right at resistance. What happened again? You stalled out there. You now have a bearish ceramic candlestick. And look at that low volume. Across the board, extremely low volume, bearish ceramic candlestick going on. So that's on QQQ. And like I said, low volume, just consistent across the board. But especially over here on SPY. All right. What the heck is this? Why was nobody trading SPY today, huh? When was the last day you got this volume? It was right here. All right. Oh, look at that. Plus 0.06%. Next day, you end up doing that. What was that? Where'd you go? 442. It was a $2 down day. All right. But then the next day, you started that. Okay. So, not saying that's going to happen, but just revisiting these conditions in the past. What's going on with Mr. Apple? Bearish ceramic candlestick. Low volume again. RSI hit 70. Oh, wow. That marked the top. Look at that. All right, guys. So, like, we could have a temporary top in play. A lot of these things look toppy, in my personal opinion, and they've had, like, no pullback, like I've been saying. Let's look for the pullback. Don't be, you know, I don't want to call anybody a fool, because if you've been along, I acknowledged it today. I could have bought the dip in the morning every single day for the past. All right, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right, on QQQ, you've had like 11 gap ups every single day, all right, except for today. Today marked the end to that. All right, now you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 gap ups. So QQ was ahead of SPY by 1 day on this move up. But yeah, 11 gap ups, guys. Today marked the end. I think that's pretty significant. I'm just going to point that one out there. All right, but again, with the bearish ceramic candlestick pattern right there at the 0.786 fib, above, you're going to have horizontal resistance anyway at 380. Upside is extremely limited. Look for that arrow to play out, okay? Over here on QQ, this is what I'm calling. And if QQQ is going to go run up to the high, I think SPY is probably going to run up to the high. Like that would look so good, guys. It really would. Look at this. I'm kidding. What if it's even something like this, you know? That would look amazing. This would look amazing to me. All right. I'm not saying that's happening, right? But like, let's be real, all right? That was the first wave. We're gonna see at least like wherever we pull back, we're gonna push up to this high, right? That's gonna be a $20 move that we could take advantage of again, like that. And then if you're taking advantage of the downside, there we go. We get, you know, $20 move to the downside here. That would be amazing. And then you get to ride that bad boy up, probably to somewhere between we're gonna call it right here, minimum, right here, over here at 443, 444, a heavily traded zone from back in the day, all the way up here to 460. That's the move that I think, you know, we're about to be able to take advantage of. It's gonna be quite insane. All right, but yeah, pullback's got to happen, and then we could talk about that thing, because just like we were talking about that thing early, you know, maybe we're gonna do the same thing. Maybe you end up coming all the way down here, and you know, your boy's gonna be early again. I got no idea. We'll be talking about it whenever it's coming up. We have the signs, but we are looking for all of these bearish signs to go away. We want these to reset. We want that to happen. All right, just like I showed you over here on ES. So we just looked in the hourly time frame over on SPY and QQQ. Well, this is the 4-hour time frame over here on ES. We would like these to play out, and then we get a swift move down there. Maybe it happens quick. Maybe the pain is over very quick. I would like it to happen. That's 5 days. Let's get, you know, a whole week of pullback here. Doesn't have to be anything massive. And then boom, let's go run up to a new high. I think that's probably what we're about to pursue. Okay. And then you got things like Avgo over here. I'm just going to say right here, guys, watch this. I'm actually going to put this on my radar right now. All right, because I would like to. I can't say I'm going to be playing this, but I would like to see what happens here at that level. Because look at this, guys. This is a very large amount of consolidation. Let's just look on the monthly time frame. How many months have you been sitting up here? That is 6 months it's taken to break out of this thing. All right, we're going to call it 5.5 because we're halfway through this month. All right. But that's absolutely insane. When you see things like this, I don't think you should be bearish on the market. But again, don't get mad because I'm just someone just pointing out some things. AMD, or not AMD, MU. Guys, all of these chip stocks look like they're about to pull back. SMH, I think, is also at resistance. All right. I don't know what that thing is. I really don't. All right. But you got that going on right there. You could put it up right here, but it's not going to change anything. That's where you stalled out. All right. So, like, yeah, all right. Yeah, you can see this RSI already at 70. You're going to want the chips to help the market, and the chips look like they're probably going to be pulling back. Yeah, they're probably going to run up, and they're probably going to make a big old divergence like that. Maybe it's even a bigger, you know, I don't know. Probably going to put in some divergences across the board. But, you know, guys, things look pretty darn stinking good. BA, guys, that's actually one that, you know, look at this, guys. Clean. All right, right here. Inverse head and shoulders, everybody's favorite pattern. Breakout. What if we get the retest, whether it be here or here? I think it's probably going to be over here. All right. What if we get the retest there and literally boom, you come up to this next resistance, and then either you start a next you know, leg lower, or from there you end up putting in a higher low over here on the weekly time frame, and then we could talk about returning back up here. All right. But I think this thing, I mean, we were pointing out we thought BA was probably getting ready to go. All right, I actually pointed it out, that along with Cat not too long ago towards the bottom. The Cat did end up going. All right, let me actually just come over here. No, I don't even fucking need to. I'm shot, guys. I'm tired. I've been up since, I want to say 4:45. I want to say 4:45. It's okay. I'm just getting used to it, guys. I really am just, I'm getting used to this. That I am. But I don't even mind it. Hey, like, I'm gonna come home each night. I'm just gonna eat. Oh, I gotta record these videos if I don't come home on my break. Oh, hip hoppity uppity uppity uppity. Oh, hip hoppity uppity 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 uppity. No. I don't even know what I'm looking for, guys. I was looking for Cat and BA. All right, I give up. I give up, guys. I am going to conclude the video here. Sorry, I wasted your time right there for a solid minute. I was looking for something. I don't know where that something is right now. I saw it earlier, guys. I do think Cat is about to do what BA just did, though. That is something I should point out. All right, so something like that. Boom, boom, boom. I don't know, a little sloppy looking, but I think you're probably going to do something like that as well there, just like we had over here on Boeing. All right, we had that. All right, I think Cat is in this stage right here. I think you're about to see that over there on Cat. Baba boys, I do think. All right, BB, the BB. I think you're probably going to, you know, right here, probably get a bounce here. I don't know what happens here. Maybe you come down, maybe you break this neckline. We're going to have to see. All right, then maybe you revisit these lows, but I do think a solid chance that, you know, Baba's going to go on a massive run. I know, like, this wasn't the run that I think Baba's going to go on. I think we're going to start impulsive move back to the upside over there. All right, guys, so I'm just going over random tickers at this point. I miss the live streams because this is like, I just, by habit, I want to do those. I just want to go over individual tickers and stuff. I don't know. All right, but with that being said, I will catch y'all in the next one. Everybody have a lovely rest of your night, and peace.